Hey everyone! Thanks for joining me today for Tea Time with Jen. Grab a cup and let's get into it. All right, peppermint, of course. All right, so what will we talk about today? I thought we were going to talk about my 22 in 22 list, which I did create and print out quite a while ago. But I don't really feel like talking about that, so maybe we'll talk about that another day. I think what I'd like to talk about today is what's next. So I did struggle this year, coming into 2022, about am I really done fighting cancer, or is this just a little respite and I need to stay on top of it? I don't know how else to articulate that, and maybe some folks that have had similar experiences. I think I've expressed this before in other videos. This is my third time having cancer, right? And the other 2 times I finished and I was like, all right, I'm done. Don't have cancer anymore. Woohoo, let's have a party. And this time I don't feel like that. I mean, I do feel like, yay, certainly better to be on this side of treatment. I mean, look at all this great hair I have. I have to go look at a calendar because I think we're coming up on 365 days since my last treatment. I think we're like close, like maybe 350 days or 55 or something. I'll look it up before next tea time and let you know. But we're really close. This is 1 year's worth of growth for me. And I've had a few haircuts in there. So that's fairly impressive. And I'm really enjoying the fact that, I mean, it's not looking very good at the moment. You got some bedhead and whatnot. But it kind of looks like I intentionally had this haircut. Like this was an intentional thing. Not that I was totally bald a year ago and this is how it's grown, right? And this is a couple day hair. It's got wave and curve to it. It gets a little frizzier and more body when it's like fresh cleaned. I don't know how else to say that nice. All right, so back to the topic at hand. Are you ever really done being a cancer patient? That's the question. And I think in the best of all worlds, yeah, you did it. You did the treatment, you got the test, you're done. But I suspect that my previous 2 cancers were a bit of an anomaly, or maybe my brain was just playing games with me. But I would suspect if we went out and did a query to all the cancer patients around the world, the ones that are now in remission or NED, no evidence of disease, that there's some portion of their day or their week or their month, maybe that's the difference, maybe it extends, that you're just that smidge worried that it's not really gone. It's somewhere in your body and it's going to come back and get you. And I'm not one to live in fear. I'm one to live today and enjoy every moment that I can get out of today because we don't know about tomorrow, right? So it's hard for me to sit here and tell you guys that there's a portion of me every day that has to go, nope, you're done with that right now, and you'll deal with it if you have to deal with it in the future. But for now, we're not going to spend any energy on worrying about what will come. And you know me from many, many months and years of videos I tend to borrow trouble. I come by it naturally. I think we're kind of planners in that sense, that you want to set it out and make the plan, but it's really hard to plan for something that's totally out of your control. And being sick is totally out of your control to some extent. And then the treatment is totally out of your control because realistically, I don't think many people would purposely poison themselves in the effort to live. But that's what we're doing when we take chemotherapy and even radiation to some extent. We're purposefully damaging our bodies and hoping that the resiliency of the human body will bounce back enough that you go on to live a healthy, successful life. But realistically, there is long-term damage, right? There is some hypothesis that just having chemo once makes it more likely that you'll have cancer again and again and so forth. And now I've had cancer twice with chemotherapy, 3 times the cancer. The second one, I didn't have to have chemotherapy. We just had surgery. But what is in my future? I don't know. That is a mystery. But that does make me want to live every day. Like, really make them count. So I want to live my days and bring myself and those that I love around me joy. That is my focus. Because how many days do we get, right? So how do you go from fighting, from kicking cancer's butt every day to, okay, you're done fighting and don't worry about that anymore. That's nothing to worry about. We don't exactly know why you got it and we don't know how to prevent you from getting it again, but don't worry about that right now. You're good. That's kind of the message that I've gotten, and I'm just not sure how to process it. All right. I don't know where this goes. So why don't you comment down below if you have any thoughts? Once a cancer patient, always a cancer patient, survivor. And does it make a difference? Like, once you're a survivor, should that supersede being the patient? And do you think everyone has these worries? I think maybe we do. And maybe I was an anomaly before. That it still comes back every so often to say, is there something microscopic somewhere that nobody knows about that's going to come out to bite me in the butt? And then I guess just being aware. So this is my public service announcement every year, even and mostly during October for Breast Cancer Month. You know, be aware of your body. Listen to it. And when it's not doing the right thing, talk to your doctor. And if you have a doctor that's not listening to you, find a doctor that will. I've been very successful and lucky that my doctors have listened. And that has helped me to survive. That's my belief. Because both of my first 2 cancers were caught very early stage. This last one, I would say, A, I didn't listen. B, it was fast growing. And C, we were in the middle of a pandemic. So I think a lot of people... I'd be interested to see the data at this point about how many people had cancer at late stage that missed symptoms or didn't go to the doctor because they were too scared with the pandemic. I think that probably was pretty predominant. I think a lot of people probably suffered greatly for that reason. For cancer, for heart issues, etc. I think in a lot of ways, the isolation that we went through as a country and a world was detrimental. So I'm glad that we're not doing that anymore. But again, please listen to your body. Find a doctor that will listen to you. And weigh in below. What do you think? Once you've done this, is it always there? There's really no getting away from it. I mean, it is part of my history. I'm not trying to escape it. But it would be lovely if I didn't think about it and worry. But maybe that's just the human condition. You got to worry a little bit. That's how you prepare and listen to your body. Let me know what you think. Thanks. Love you guys. Great to talk with you. Talk to you soon.